What's up, everyone? This is SojuTalk, your weekly shot at K-pop. We're coming at you with a super spicy episode 282, and we're recording on May 21st, 2024. I'm Doug, and joining me today, we got Warren.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
And Anita.
Hello.
As a quick reminder, check out SojuTalk on your favorite podcast platform, sub to us on YouTube, and join the SojuTalk Discord and be a part of the nation. Well, Anita's back. That happened.
Back.
Welcome back.
Just know that Anita had to travel across the country for some family stuff.
I was traveling a lot.
That happened.
I was driving a lot.
Her family drove 30 plus hours last week.
Oh my god.
Absolutely a ridiculous number.
Anita, are you okay?
We did it though. Yeah, it was fine. We took breaks. It was good.
That's a lot of driving.
Insane.
All right, but with after hours today, there is none. Warren's normally the after hours activity planner. He's been busy.
Sorry. But I have
we don't got one.
There will most likely be a stream on Thursday.
Okay.
Ooh.
It'll probably be on YouTube. I'm gonna try to move away from Twitch and see how that works. If you're interested, come hang out. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. It'll be getting back into the groove kind of thing. So
Nice.
Yeah. That being said, we do have a fun-filled episode today, per usual. Big new releases. We are going to cover 3. IVE, Accendio, NCT Mark with 200, and XG Woke Up. But let's start at the top. IVE, Accendio. These days, it seems like companies have just decided that we're gonna do double title tracks. I think they're cowards, but at the same time, I get it. Because you could get up, baseball analogy, you can get up to the plate and you're allowed to swing and strike out once. You know what I mean? You get 2 swings at it this time.
I mean,
Hey.
they take money to make, so I wouldn't say that per se, but
I mean, all they have to invest is money for another music video, essentially.
that's
right?
a lot of money.
Hey, they got a lot
The
of money.
budget
It's
on this
fine.
video too.
I've sold a million copies. They're chilling. They could do it. They could do a second video.
All right.
They rented a nice house in a foreign country, it seems, and just filmed this video, right?
Yeah.
It was very
Very nice.
All right, they are from
video.
Starship. Last 3 songs. The other title track, Heya, Baddie, and Off the Record are the last 3 songs. First of all, do we like this more than Heya? That's the first thing we need to get at.
Oof.
I
do.
Say...
I do.
Oh really?
Oh, that's
really
very strong.
Off
Wow.
the bat.
Off the bat.
Wrong. I'm
Why?
just not a fan of the Heya, Heya, Heya chorus thing. I don't get that, dude. It's like you're holding up an egg or something. I don't know, dude.
And
Not
you
for
get
me.
this?
Yeah, this is more fun.
Okay, to be honest, I feel like I grew to like Heya a little bit more. So this one's taking a while to also get into it, but they're both super interesting. The production value is so high for both of these releases.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of crazy how the quality, the high quality stuff every single time. I like it.
They are definitely reinvesting into IVE with the money they've made. Unlike Pledis is doing with Promise 9. I just wanted to throw that out there. Sorry.
Oh.
F Pledis.
Bruh.
But that's a topic for another time. But F them, Wee woo, wee
Pledis
woo.
move.
Wee woo. Oh, yeah. Oh.
I think the track itself is pretty interesting. It's not something I would have expected from IVE. At this point, they have diverged very far from where they began, and they're trying a lot of different things, all of which have come off to a good degree of execution, right? This one in particular has it's part drill, part breakcore, chorus is Jersey, and then it turns into house at some point.
Yes.
I think this one felt much more like their attempt at doing something that's very trend forward, in your face about where this is going. I think that was really nice. Particularly because if I think about IVE, I think about a lot of cool things, but I don't particularly associate them with being ahead of the curve in terms of where musical genres are being headed, right? Obviously drill breakcore Jersey is not particularly game breaking anymore, but I think I think they did a decent job of pulling it off. Lots of great vocals. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah.
No, I agree. I thought the sound was something that they had not explored before, so that was cool. And I thought it was a very interesting combination, right? Because I feel like I don't associate this sound with this concept, like a very interesting interpretation of a magical girl type.
Yeah.
That was so interesting.
Yeah, let's talk about that. You guys like the music video?
I loved it.
Oh,
I
shit.
thought it was really okay. It was so creepy in the beginning when Galler goes missing, and I thought it was gonna be like a horror thing. Because there's some like they go back and forth in the audio, right? So
Right.
like when you're listening to the music video, you hear the song, but then you also hear them like calling, like looking for her, and then I don't know. I thought that was a little creepy in a way,
I mean, I
and
thought
then
it
it
was
turns
immersive.
into this.
That was nice.
Yeah, no, it was cool. I just thought it was a very interesting way to introduce it and to go into this.
Yeah, no,
whole
don't worry. She didn't
concept.
disappear. She was busy stealing wands from other
In the
people.
beginning,
Yeah.
they kind of channeled like some Kubrick-esque horror scenes at the
No, I'm
beginning.
sick of that.
With
Yeah,
her
that's
being
what I was
disappeared and
getting.
Shit.
Right? Yeah, it kind of felt like The Shining at the beginning a little
Oh,
bit, right? At
I thought
certain
it was
points,
gonna be scary.
Yeah.
But at the end, they kind of, but then it more devolved into like an anime arc of doppelgangers. You know, sometimes you have like
Yes.
that kind of arc in an anime or a video game or D&D or something like that,
Oh, yeah,
where the
yeah, yeah.
doppelgangers appear and then you gotta fight them.
What are we gonna do? They're strong
Yeah.
just like us.
Yeah, and
Yes.
honestly, I was kind of compelled by it. They had like instead of fighting, they had a dance battle, which is fitting for a K-pop group, right? Which I kind of like that actually. To be fair though, it doubled their budget because they had to prepare double the costumes more or less, right? On that
They pulled it
perspective.
off. Though.
I mean,
it
like,
was,
yeah.
it was cool.
Not even the good and bad sides. They even like both sides had like multiple costumes. I was like,
Yeah.
the production budget on this thing.
There
Like,
was a
the,
fight. There was some fight choreography too in this.
Oh yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah. I mean,
I wanna. Oh, keep going. Warren.
no, I think my favorite part was when like not the second chorus, but like the first chorus when like they turn into magical girls for the first time.
Yes.
And it goes through the cliche like look at me now, you know, like I'm wearing this don't fit. Look at my
the
dress.
transformation.
You know, like that,
Yeah,
I thought that was pretty dope. You know, that was like a cool call back to like not Madoka. What's a I don't know. I don't watch magical.
All
girls,
the
I'll be honest.
all the
Sailor
tropey
Moon.
stuff.
Sailor Moon.
Yeah. All the tropey magical girl stuff.
Hey, I want to give a shout out. I'm gonna give some flowers out. I know in the Heya thing, we talked a lot about Yujin and on Liz a lot, particularly.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, it's time to give Won Young some flowers. I know she is one of the most observed and criticized people in the industry. Sometimes people make fun of her for eating strawberries with two hands for some reason. I don't understand what's going on there. But hey, she absolutely ate up this track. She did so well. She just seems very comfortable now. Like, I don't know, she just fit the vibe. It was great. I thought Won Young was fantastic in this music video.
I think whether she actually is or isn't, I think that's beyond the point at this point. I think she sells that confidence really well.
Yes.
Yeah. Even more so than when like that was their concept, because like that used to be the main thing that they used to go for, but now that that's not the main thing, I feel like it's working even more. So I think
She has that like catty vibe going on perfectly. I don't know how to put it, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry, what?
I mean, they were getting in a cat fight, right?
Oh.
These two groups. She
was
fit
a
the
fight.
vibe perfectly. It was a fight, you know, and she really personified what was going on here.
I will admit though, I one thing that stuck out to me is that the song and the video don't really fit each other. If that makes any sense. Like, okay, I like the video. I think the video is great, right? But I don't think the song and the video itself goes well, particularly together. You know what I mean? Like, nope. That was you guys don't agree with that at all. You guys think that was a perfect match?
I mean, I think there were times where it felt like there was very, very little choreography, right? So it felt like they were two different things, right? Like you were hearing the song, but you were also just watching
Oh,
the storyline play out. At least that was the experience for me. So I kind of did wish they would have incorporated more of the choreography somehow, maybe in like the fight scenes. And they do a little bit, but I think maybe a little bit more to make it more connected, maybe. Is that what you mean? Like that sort of aspect?
I don't know. I
Or
guess,
are you talking about the lyrics? Is that what you're talking about?
no, not the lyrics. Just
lyrics
like the
match, I think.
Yeah, I think the lyrics are fine. I mean, the lyrics are like Accendio, you know. I think that was pretty nice. But the mood of the song and the mood of the video felt kind of detached.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Really? I
Like,
thought it was
aesthetic-wise.
fine.
Okay.
Okay, I feel like it was a little disjointed when we were seeing the scenes in the house, right? But when it got into like the fight scene and like the transformation, I thought it fit more in that half.
I think it worked in the dance. I think when I got to the dance break, I was sold, but like it took me like a solid 2 minutes, like half of it. You know, the first half of it feels kind of, I don't know. Maybe it was.
I can see that.
I don't know. I think overall this was nice. I don't think this will go down as my favorite I've track of all time, but
No.
But I mean, like, if I think about some stuff they've done that's in a similar vein, I would have to say Kitsch, and I think I prefer this way over Kitsch. So yeah, I say like, I don't know, mid tingly, mid to
This
high
is
tingly?
spicy. This
Oh,
is a
shit.
spicy track.
Oh shit.
I had very high expectations for the comeback. They gave us 2 songs. Both of them pretty much delivered, I would say. Like,
Yeah, high production. I would say I was between a high tingly, low spicy, but I'll go low spicy for
Oh,
this one.
All right, let's move to the second track. NCT Mark with 200. He's from SM. His other solo stuff, Golden Hour and Child. And I know he had some other like project songs before that. He also has a solo track on High School Rapper, but I don't really count those. How do y'all feel about 200 with Mark?
wow, 씨발, so good. Nah.
I know
Nah.
Doug is not feeling this song. Why, Doug?
He is given the stink face.
Why?
What?
Explain.
Why?
It just feels like some generic drum and bass, like reflection-y rap song, you know? It's like,
Oh.
can you at least give me that? You know, it just feels kind of mopey in there with the drum and bass. It's like, okay.
I mean, it's that aesthetic.
It
I
is
feel
that
like
aesthetic, but I think it
is
does.
that.
I think it's so well executed, like so much that like, yes, it might be a little cliche, yes, it might feel familiar, but it's done really well. Is what I would argue. You know what I mean? Like,
Can someone explain to me the 94 106 thing?
I can.
I
I
looked
have
into
no
that.
clue what that is.
I need to
Oh,
go.
Warren
No, I need to
can.
go. No, I need to go.
So there's actually, for other people that want like more background into the whole song, he did like a self-interview thing where he was like kind of explaining the lyrics and like some of the
Thank God. I
thought
was so
process for
confused.
some of it. Because I was also very confused, like why those numbers, why that equation? And basically he said like he didn't want it to be half and half, right? Like 100 to equal 200, right? And he explained it that the 106, right, is the other person. He's 94, meaning that the other person is a little bit more. Like they view them as higher or like above them, and they're the 90, and that Mark is the 94, but together they are 200.
It's like, think about it
Something
this way,
along
right?
those
Think about
lines.
it this way, right?
I know, I get it.
Yeah?
I get it.
Okay.
I
Okay.
get it. It's just, it shouldn't take the press release for me to understand it.
I kind of got it. I was thinking like, oh, does the 106 actually have a meaning, like the
Oh, no,
number
I was
itself?
thinking like, oh, was he born in 1994 or something, or 1996?
No.
Like, I was thinking shit like that. That's why I was like,
Bro,
what we
she was
doing?
born in 2106. Nah.
No, 104. I was like, is she born 2004? Is that the, like, you know, that's what I was thinking. I was like, oh, I don't know.
I think it is clearly, whether he intended to or not. Okay, so but for all intents and purposes, this is the only thing I have a problem with in the entire song and the comeback.
Oh, I could see that.
Cause like it is so clearly going to aggravate people. Like the moment you hear it, it's like what the fuck are these random
does
ass
it mean?
numbers?
Exactly.
Yeah, and it's not properly explained. It doesn't have
No.
any meaning. He said in another interview with comedian Moon Sang-un that this is like, it sounds nice acoustically. I completely fucking disagree. It does not sound nice. It
I
barely
was
rhymes with the
thinking
rest
to
of it.
myself, was there a better way to rhyme? Because I know the rhyme. Oh, I don't remember the line before it, but it's an ER rhyme. I want
Up
to
your
say,
number. Yeah. But nothing
Yeah,
adds
like
up
an
your
ER.
number. Yeah.
and I feel like number 4. I don't know.
I was
the
thinking,
best
is
way.
this about like Serta sleep mattresses? Like you know how they have the bed and they're like, my setting is 96, and then your setting is, you know exactly what I mean. Those commercials.
No. Wait, what is this called? What mattress?
You don't know, like Anita, you've seen it, right? They
I've
sell,
seen it.
They sell these beds in America where you and
Yeah.
your spouse can. It's like a it's like a big bed, but it's split down the middle,
Yeah.
and you could have like firmness settings, like, and you say like,
Yes.
oh, I'm a 87, and my wife's a
Wait,
64.
sorry. What is this called?
You've never-
No, I grew up without TV. Like,
Tempur-Pedic, something like that.
It's like a-
Tempur-Pedic.
yeah.
Tempur-Pedic,
I
something
mean,
like that.
there's a million Tempur-Pedic mattresses out there, isn't there?
Just know that there's beds that you could have firmness settings via remote
Exactly.
controls, and the whole commercial is based on like, oh, I'm this number, and the other person says,
Bro.
oh, I'm this number.
Right.
Yeah.
My fucking nerdy ass thought it was BPM, and I was like, ha ha ha, there's no way drum and bass is 106. Joke's on you. I was like, that's bullshit. Yeah, no,
Other than that, though,
sorry, what?
other than that, though, I thought the lyrics were pretty interesting because of how they connect to the concept of the music video.
Oh,
Right?
Yeah?
Did we all get that? The
No.
Spider-Man.
okay, a little bit. Give me your take. Give me your take.
Okay, so I don't know if it was mentioned in the video in the interview that you read, Warren, but
I didn't see the rest of the video. I just skipped. To
okay,
the section,
so-
yeah.
there's been a bit of a fan correlation from a few years back with Spider-Man and Mark, where they and specifically around the time the Tom Holland's version came out, right? Of
Okay.
his rebooting of the Spider-Man series and like the movies. So they were the fans compared him a lot to Spider-Man. I think there were a couple of instances where it was like the personality, but also like mannerism, something
Oh,
like
there
that.
are motifs. I'm looking through this. There,
Right.
there are
100%.
Spider-Man
So-
yeah. That's the whole thing.
Visually, they've had like a lot of references to Spider-Man. There's even like one shot towards the end where he's doing like the hand
the
signs.
web, the web.
Yeah.
That's from Spider-Man, the first movie, Tobey Maguire version. But in the lyrics too, they also like reference certain things. I think. I'm trying to recall the line that he had, but there's certain things where I thought like was very interesting how he's going from visual references, but also in the song itself. And in the interview that I saw, he was mentioning that he was kind of trying to emulate that kind of vibe in the storyline of the song, of like that kind of the emotional kind of emo vibe that Spider-Man as a superhero might have, and like
Interesting.
that
Okay.
We're going too
connection.
far.
Here's
This is
what I'll
too
say.
far.
Here's what I'll say.
Too far?
Here's what I'll say. I heard the song without the music video first,
Yeah.
and because of the lyrics, I was thinking a lot about Gwen Stacy in
one.
Spider-Verse, right? Because spoiler alert,
Interesting.
she shows up, right? Out of
Right.
fucking nowhere, complete tip.
That-
yeah.
Okay, I
And
can
then
see that
disappeared.
too.
Right. And like,
I want to say also too, I don't know if this was intended, but some of the visuals made me feel like it could almost be interpreted as like in the Spider-Verse movies, right? They have different versions of how Spider-Man gets his powers, right?
one of the Spider-Mans, is that what you're saying? Earth.
Right, because I felt like he's referencing this rock, right,
Earth
that falls out of the
127.
sky.
Yeah.
Right, and this rock has a spider, and that's how in this music video he starts getting his powers. So I thought that was interesting.
Right. I think all the Spider-Man stuff is really cool, but I think like even without all that, I think the song itself is really
Right.
well written.
That
It
too.
is like Doug mentioned, it's a little mopey, it's a little emo, it's got a rock motif to it, but at the end of the day, it's more of a breakcore track. A lot of the rap is really beautifully well written for a pop song. He's doing a really good job
Nice.
here of like going forward when he needs to and then singing when he needs to. He is executing all of that really well. I think the song structure was pretty cool and beyond what pop songs typically are, right? It begins with the build up, goes into the chorus, does only one verse, which is pretty fucking long, right? Does an alternate arrangement of a build up, alternate arrangement of a chorus, and then does the bridge outwards. So it's not a typical ABCB kind of format, right? It's pretty interesting. Song is written by, I want to look at the credits here. Lyrics are written primarily by Mark. I thought that's really cool. We also have Jane here, Ron here as well, both of which are in the rap scene. Composition wise and arrangement wise, it's produced by Dress, who
But you were gonna say Drake. I was like, no.
sorry, Dress,
no.
Dress,
Oh,
Dress,
God.
Dress,
Dress.
not the man with the unknowing undefinable number of children. I'm talking about the producer. Fans gonna be sharp. Yeah, right. Okay, dress. Great producer. Also producing here. I think it's really working well here. And I think, for all intents and purposes, without knowing who Mark is behind the scenes, whatever the fans think of him as Spider-Man or whatever, without getting any of that, I think based on how he's pulling it off in the song, visually and acoustically, I think it's really done really, really well.
Okay, I will give you this. I guess a lot of my I wouldn't even call it criticism. My feelings about this song are more based on my expectations of what a Mark solo project looks like.
Oh.
Now, independent of that, this is fine. It's great, right? It's good, right?
Oh, what do you want from Mark? What do you want from Mark?
I don't know. Rapping.
You want him to rap more?
Yeah.
Ah.
Although he has stated in interviews he likes singing more than rapping.
You want him to do what
that's so
XG's doing?
interesting.
Sure, that'd be fun.
Okay.
Maybe he will. We'll see.
He doesn't seem like he would do that though.
I don't think he would either, based on the previous stuff.
You know,
we've seen
now
from
that
him.
Anita's told me about the Spider-Man shit, like I kind of got that was going on, but it's like solidified that that's what it is. That makes sense, right? The lyrics thing, the 200 thing, I don't still like. You know, I think that didn't make any sense.
I feel like that could have been a little better. Yeah, I agree.
I think they could have explained that better, but I think tying that to a Spider-Man transformation, I don't know how that correlates too well. Do you know what I mean?
Tying which part to the
like
the
the 200 motif of like, oh, you're putting more into the relationship or whatever, right? And then what does that have to do with the Spider-Man transformation?
Yeah, I will agree with you
I
there.
think that's separate.
Yeah,
that's just really disjointed for me.
I will agree with you there. Like, I think the lyrics are fine with whatever reference to Spider-Man he's making, like Spidey Kearney. I think all that's fine. As like a little Easter egg and all that. But I think the rest of the lyrics, which, by the way, I think are really well written. I think it's really cute. But the whole 106 to 94 thing, adding up to 200, that being our title, I think that could have been explored a little further. But I'm okay with what we got, I guess. It only gets a little convoluted once you get to the video, and there are very clear call-outs to Spider-Man.
Because the only point where like the music video itself and the lyrics make sense is when they say when you crash down and it's the asteroid thing. Like that's where it connects there. But then I'm like, so is this a love song about you and your Spidey powers? You know, like right?
Oh, I think it's supposed to be to have a double meaning, right?
Yeah.
I think it's supposed to be both like a romantic maybe kind of situation, but also referencing like feeling powerful. I don't know, something like that.
I mean, I get it, right? Like it says, "You're my rock star. Without you, I will always feel alone." Go back to Tom Holland's Spider-Man, the first movie. He's like, "Without my superpowers, I'm nothing." You know what I mean? Like I see the mirrors there, right? I get that. I think that's really cool, but clearly calling out Spider-Man on top of the rock star stuff, on top of the number stuff, I feel like he got a little ambitious there, and I think that's nice and all. I think that's really cool, but
for a pleb like me, it was a little like much.
Even for me, it was a little much. I agree with you there. But everything else I thought was really cool. I'm gonna give this a hard spicy.
Mark should make a cameo in a Spider-Man. I won't give it a Spider-Man.
He should really just be in the soundtrack for the next one, if there's a next one.
That's a great idea.
Put this in the Spider-Verse track.
Exactly.
My dream like K-pop person in a movie soundtrack is Akmu Suhyun in a Disney movie. Just
that would be so nice.
kind of manifested. She's already sang a Disney like compilation with an a cappella group. Just saying.
Hey,
Nice.
I mean, if Mark collabs with Metro Boomin, I wouldn't complain. That's
That'd
all
be
I'll
cool.
say. Yeah.
Okay, let's move to the final track. This one actually came out today on Tuesday, so I forgot to mention at the top we're recording on a Tuesday. But this song came out on Tuesday. We were gonna keep it for next week, but then we looked at what the other stuff that was coming out and said we gotta add something. Let's add some spice here. Well, we got Woke Up and we added this song, XG Woke Up. They are from XGALX. I had no clue how to pronounce their company name until I listened to this song. I thought it was like XGALX or something, but no, it's XGALX. As you know, I always struggle with XG and how to pronounce their shit. You remember Girl Giving back in the day? But we are here. This one's easy. Woke Up. Their last 3 tracks. Yep. Undefeated, which was the collab with Valorant. We have Winter Without You, which was the Christmas track. And then Puppet Show was the last like proper actual release.
Right.
how do we feel about essentially just a straight up rap song, right?
It's all
Not even
rap.
pop music anymore at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, there's like one of the verses is singing, right?
Yeah, like a sing
A
rap.
little
sing
bit,
rap.
a little
Yeah.
bit.
I think it's
That thing.
Chisa.
I am so sorry. I couldn't tell who was who for certain kids.
Okay, some of the kids in the makeup, I was like, who's that? You know? I had to look up a lyric distribution video.
Oh.
Same.
Really? I could tell.
Jarina, I did not realize that was her in the car until I looked it up.
That was her. Okay.
Right? Yeah. That makes sense. I was
In
like,
the
"Who?"
car?
Yeah. At like 40 seconds in, there's one girl in a car and she has like a
What I was
knitted
doing.
cap on
Isn't
with
that
orange
Chisa?
hair. That's not Chisa. That's Jarina.
Oh.
Because Chisa is in the scene where she's like a deity.
So
Oh?
so Chisa's the chorus. She's the one
Well, what
getting
you would-
woke up looking like this.
No,
Hinata.
that's Hinata.
Oh.
Honey.
Chisa is at 150 in the music video. She's like the golden god.
Oh.
Wait a second.
Okay, yeah, no, that she actually looks like a deity here. Okay,
That's just Chisa, right? Am I crazy? That's Chisa at 150. In
no,
this
I
music
think
video.
you're right. I don't.
Yeah.
Okay, I will call out who I think I can clearly tell who was who. Right, Coconut first of all, bald
Oh, yeah,
head,
you can't miss her.
rocking it, fucking killing it. Holy shit! No,
I agree.
Yeah,
I
Absolutely
think
destroying it.
God,
I
damn.
think what I thought it was very interesting. Of course, this whole song is very heavily carried by rap verses and the delivery.
Oh my
I
god,
thought it
we're
was-
wrong. Anita was right.
Oh
Okay,
shit!
I thought it was going crazy.
Oh
Fuck off, dog.
no. Oh.
Okay.
Hey,
but-
Anita, yo, Warren, you thought I was right too. True.
I don't know what you're talking about. I was siding with Anita
Oh,
the whole time.
shit.
Check the Kakao Talk log.
It is so confusing. Okay.
okay, but
That
going
was
back to
Chisa?
Coconut.
What the
Bro.
Coconut. I
Alright,
thought
whatever. Go back to Coconut.
her delivery was very, very smartly placed. I don't know. I just thought it was very, very nice where it was in the song, because we have the two verses by Judin and Maya, and I thought their delivery and their rhythm was not too different from each other. It was nice. I liked the verses, but it was kind of staying like the same tempo, same thing. And then when she comes in, I thought it was a little bit more of a not necessarily a switch up, but it felt a little different. And I thought it was a great way to segue into the pre-chorus and then the chorus. So I don't know. I feel like every time her verse came in, I thought it was very smartly placed,
Well,
where
let's-
it kind of broke that.
Let's just be straight up. Jurin and Coconut were the stars of this song.
Yes, I
Yes.
like their verses the
Yeah.
most, I would
Straight up.
say.
Just straight up.
That
like
Judine's
section,
second verse was very nice.
That section where it goes from Coconut to Judin, I think that two verses there were the best verses on the track. Easy peasy.
also
Very
like
nice.
okay, so Coconut became a coconut in this music video. She shaved her head, right? So
She looks great.
ironically,
Oh.
sometimes in the summer I also shave off my hair, not because of style, but for function, because I work
It's
like
hot outside. Yeah.
Yeah.
a job with some physical labor, and I don't want to get sweaty in the summer, so I just
fine.
shaved it. So ironically, I shaved my head like 5 days before this music video dropped.
There you
That
go.
was
You're
very
twinning.
embarrassing. So we're twinning right now.
Dude, now you gotta bleach your eyebrows and get some grills that say XG on it.
Okay, some
Oh,
of
yeah,
these
the
grills,
grills.
like grills were fine. Grills are fine, right? Some of these grills were like outrageous to the point where like these girls, like I know they're lip syncing in the music video. There's no way they could rap these lyrics with these girls in. Like,
I felt like they were a little
like,
too big. I
yeah.
don't know. Maybe they weren't fitted properly. I
they're
don't know. It felt-
rappers. They gotta rap at the grills.
I'm afraid of them like biting the inside of their mouth, getting a canker sore
Oh.
or something, dude. With these grills going on.
Nah, they're
they
cold.
look cool. It's
Ice
just
is cold.
a little.
I feel so bad that I did not realize that the girl in the car was Chisa, considering she's my favorite member of the stupid group.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about the visuals, because this music video, I feel like they've been trending this way for a while, but at this point, I feel like it's the maximalism of like their outfits, their concepting so far. I feel like they had a lot going on.
I
Like,
think maximalism
makeup-wise,
is one way of
outfit-wise.
saying it. It's more like fucking trippy every time I see these
That
people
too,
now.
I guess.
Well, I think that Simon Jacobs has realized that people like Chanmina and XG and other artists like them are starting to really impact street culture in Japan, particularly,
Oh,
right? In terms
Oh.
of fashion and vibe and things like that. Like they're all on the sort of same wavelength with it. So I just
see.
think they're gonna
I could see
continue to
that.
triple down into this stuff.
Oh,
You know,
I
that's
mean,
what
like-
it feels like to me.
We've come a long way, right? It's been a gradual shift too. Like I first
Yes,
remember
I agree.
it being a thing. I felt like it was a thing when they pulled up with all blue hair for all the members for
Yeah.
I think it was Left Right. Was it Shooting Star?
Shooting Star.
Okay, fine, sorry. But if you go back to Mascara, for example, which is their debut, which also another great song, it
Tippy
just
Toes
looks
is
like
their
casual
debut.
K-pop outfits. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, before that, Tippy Toes also was very like
right.
suits.
Oh yeah, Tippy Toes is the debut, right? And like I feel like although I think all that works, I am more fond of this. Where even though this is not my personal style, I feel like they are clearly digging into a style that suits them, works for them, sound wise makes sense, style wise makes sense. I think all of it's really working well. And then they decided to shave off Coconut's head. How more aggravating can you be? It works really well.
At the end of the day, you have to respect the commitment to such aggressive styling and marketing.
Oh,
that
yeah.
they're doing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Because
I agree.
they are it. The reason why XG is so smart right now is they are set up so perfectly for people who don't listen to K-popized music or J-pop style music to just like make a reaction video like, holy shit, what is this? You know what I mean?
Oh.
They have such big moments in their content that it just attracts people who are not in the spirit to be like, these girls are insane. And they obviously they made the decision back in the day to do it all in English, and the pronunciation is always on
Yeah.
point with them.
Oh.
Like
Oh.
they kind of like they just get it, right? What's going on?
Yeah, I mean, it helps that the music is always on point, but like visual wise,
Yeah.
it really helps. that, like-
Visualize it hits.
Yeah.
They have so many visual scenes. The music is just very modern. It's what people are listening like want to like. They make perfect reaction music where you could see all the reactors go, "Oh shit, she's shaving her hair," you know?
Right.
Like they just get what marketing is in 2024. Perfectly.
Kind of going back to the song itself, right? Because I wanted to touch upon something what Anita said. I didn't want to miss that before we left. I think we're about to wrap up this part of the conversation. It does get a little repetitive with the flow. I will admit that. And they were very smart about where they placed Chisa, where they placed Kokona, in terms of switching it up per se, right? And it works really well when Judin comes in after Kokona because her flow is also non-typical for the rest of the song, right? So I
Right.
think that section particularly stands out really well. And then you're left with the rest of the track where I feel like the flows kind of mix in together a little bit. It's a little, and it does not help that some of the rappers, their voice tones are a little similar. Harvey in particular should have been a part of that change up. She should have been a part of that, ooh, I'm a little different kind of thing. She should have been there to spice it up a little bit. But for some reason in this track, it felt like she was like, I don't want to say she was taking the backseat per se, but she was not leaning into the Harvey-ness. You know what I mean?
It felt like her rapping was more like a bridge section than an actual like section.
Right.
Yeah.
And like we've seen Harvey do the melody rap thing in the in some of the cypher videos, and I think she's really good at that. And I get some of the parts needs to go to the vocal members. But at the same time, I feel like the parts that Harvey got should have been working a little harder in terms of keeping it fresh a little bit. And by the time you hit the half point mark, I feel like it was getting a little stale a little bit. Does not help that the beat is... I'm not a huge fan of the beat per se. I think it was just
Really?
kind of
That was
whatever
pretty nice.
generic trap beat, Drake type, whatever type beat.
Ooh.
It kind of felt like a beat that was just there to be like, let's see what they can do, you know? Like,
Right,
it's not a
right.
song where you're going to be like, man, that beat was insane, right?
Right.
Um,
And like, if you ever get a beat like that, you really need to do a good job of placing rappers in order of not importance or anything like that, but importance of what keeps it
The
interesting.
structure.
Right. How getting these people engaged. That's why the Mark song really works well, because like the arrangement keeps on changing even though the top line is the same or whatever, right? Like gotta keep it fresh, gotta keep it interesting. If you're gonna deviate from the pop formula, obviously there's other genres that have their own formulas. This in particular, I feel like they could have worked a little better in terms of that.
Yeah,
But
I feel like
but
yeah,
no, sorry, keep going.
I feel like if you're going to just do a straight up rap song, you need to make like a super memorable beat.
That would have helped. That really would have helped.
Like think of the Kendrick song that's popping off right now. It's because of the beat is good, regardless of the content, right?
Regardless of whether you like him or not, Mustard is one of the best producers of all time.
Exactly.
Mad lad. I don't know. This time I felt like they kind of pulled up with a generic, whatever type beat. It's not. Yeah, I mean, when the 808 hit, I thought it was kind of dirty, but not when it hit the second time. So, I don't know. I think overall, this felt like status check from XG, you know?
This is gonna be a hit or miss
Ooh.
depending on how much you like rap as well. I think for people, right?
I think so too. Yeah, like
Because a lot of the real popular XG songs are the more melodic songs where they're singing, right?
left, right.
Vocal heavy ones, left, right, right?
Shooting
Yeah.
star.
This is just a straight up like, oh, we doing hip hop. You like this is we're doing it, right?
I mean, like this kind of goes back to girl giving, right? Like that was a
Girl
pre-release.
Gang, yeah.
This is a pre-release. You know, like is this a pre-release?
No,
Oh shit, no.
I think this is the main. I think this is a main track.
This is the main deal. Okay.
Which is interesting.
interesting,
Yeah, because
but-
it did have that vibe.
I don't know who made the beat with this one. I'm gonna look it up real quick. But I don't know. Overall, it was clearly a rap song. Down to the chorus and the title track. Woke up looking like this. Very commonly, I think that's a very commonly said line in rap music. Is it
Yeah.
not? Yeah. Like
I've heard it before.
yeah. Like Playboy Cardi's done it.
Beyonce.
Like, yeah.
as well.
I don't know. I
like XG so much. What a good group.
Oh.
They're just fun.
They're great.
They're
great
great.
performers too.
They don't
Can I say
they
this?
don't miss.
sure.
They should have included more choreo because I had to go and watch like fan cams of some of their concerts
concert? Yeah.
because I wanted to see like what the choreo was like, and I thought, dang, I wish we could have
These
seen more of that.
coyote wolf outfits are kind of hilarious.
Oh
too.
yeah. Wait, hilarious. I thought they were.
They be
dope.
looking like they looking like they're at a furry con at some points. in
Oh,
this,
no.
this track.
Okay, I'm not gonna say that.
I also like the Maya outfit. I thought that was cool.
Oh yeah, the courthouse thing.
Oh, yeah.
That was cool.
She looked like a character from some kind of like vampire drama. You know, I don't know, like
The
some
vampire
authority
lawyer.
figure. If there's like a vampire high school theme, she could be the principal of the school. You know, that kind
Whoa.
of show. You know exactly what I mean. Hey, that being said, we're gonna talk about the news section. XG announced the world tour, guys. It's happening.
Oh shit!
Oh.
Oh shit!
I will be trying to attend. That's all I'm saying. I'm going to try to
shit.
go.
Okay.
But this is
One of the
spicy.
few artists on the list that if they come, I'll go. You know.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
Was this spicy though? It is for me because I listen to this all day. You know.
I think
Fair.
it was a low spicy, but I'm going to like it.
And I apologize to the girl I like the best in the group, Chisa, for not
Sorry.
recognizing that was her and confusing her with Jiren, even though now that I watch the video, it's clearly what Anita said. Like,
Nah, bro. Fake fan.
I was just very confused. That being said, I did pronounce the company correct this time, so I will give myself credit for that. Overall, though, I think this is a good song for them in the terms that a lot of people are going to see, like, did you hear about that group? That girl shaved her head in the music video, and then people are
Shock
gonna go
factor.
watch,
Yeah.
right? Like, in terms of marketing that way, I think they're doing a fantastic job. In terms of the song choice, I don't know how I feel about them going full rap, hip hop, and this level of degeneracy and some of the visuals and stuff like that. I don't know how I feel about
the
that.
generosity. That is the biggest compliment you can give a person. How dare you?
Hey, these kids have the most wild costumes. Like, and honestly,
They do.
I kind of wish there was more groups that were willing to really commit to something
Oh.
as hard as they are. Like, I wonder. I hope later we find out what the conversation was. It's like, do you want to shave your head, or what if Coconut was like, I'm gonna shave my head? Is that fine? Like, you know,
Regardless.
I wonder how that. Hopefully, we find out later how that discussion came about, right?
That'd be cool.
Kind
Yeah.
of how like what if she pulled a Chaeyoung and she just pulled up with like bald head one day and she was like, you're gonna have to deal with it. What you gonna
Or
do?
what if they were going over what the music video was, and she's like, "What if I shaved my head right here?" And then Simon Jacobs was like, "You want to do that?" And she's like, "Yeah,
Go for
let's
it.
do
Go
it."
for it. Do your
Hey,
thing.
but all I know is after they did that concert, all I saw were pictures of bald coconut on like Twitter. It was everywhere.
Oh.
So clearly the marketing is
Not
working.
bald, like shaved.
It's shaved. It's a crew cut. Yeah.
Yes, crew
Buzz cut,
cut.
buzz cut.
Buzz cut, buzz cut.
Hey, I'm good at them. You know, it's you can't mess it
Yeah,
up.
twinning.
You cannot mess it up.
Now you need the grills that are really big and say XG on it.
Yes. Full
No, I don't
Get
think I go
some
that
grills.
far.
Get
Full-
some grills.
outfit.
Get some metal for your teeth.
Okay. Other tracks that were released this week, we had DXMon release Girls. What the hell is Bits? What? Girls Love Boys. Girls Love Boys Love Girls. The name of their
Okay.
song.
Bruh. Okay.
We had WIB, WHIB, we Kick It. 17 Performance Unit released Spell.
That's
Torn.
a good song.
Formerly of CLC, released Crazy Stupid Lovers featuring Hong Suk. We had Next, and it's NEXZ. They debuted with Ride the Vibe. BI released Tasty, and Suho released Cheese featuring Wendy from Red Velvet.
Nice.
Nice.
All right, last week, Anita, when you weren't here, we had an interesting Soju chart.
I see that.
Triple S Girls Never Die and Espa Supernova tied for first place. Second place was RM Come Back to Me, and it tied with Zico's Spot featuring Jenny. So we only had first and second place songs. I'ma put. Oh, tough. Oh, wow. This week's bad, dude.
Just go for it,
What am I
Dad.
supposed
Just
to
go for
do?
it.
Do your thing, man.
Listen to your
Put
heart.
it down.
Okay, XG1.
Whoa.
What?
Okay.
Espa 2.
Wow.
IVE 3. That's
Wow.
my track. I mean, that's my
Oh.
chart.
Wow. Okay.
XG first.
So I got
All right.
XG in first.
Espa
I got
second.
Ivan. I Espa second, and I got Ivan third.
Wow, that's crazy.
It is.
Wow.
I'm also
I
surprised
respect
you
it, though.
acknowledge it's crazy.
I respect it.
I
Um,
maybe do as well.
I'll start at the bottom. How about that? I'll start with 3.
Okay.
I also have XG. I have them on third. I like the song. I think I'm getting used to this sound for them because this is the first time they've done like a full rap song. And I do wish they would have included more of the choreo. Like I said, the live performances were pretty cool. So
That's true because they
Yeah.
have good choreo typically.
they're very good performers, all of them. So, but I'm going to like it, and I'm looking forward to more live performances, hopefully. So, in third for now. Second, I'm gonna give it to Mark 200. I actually
Mark.
really like the song.
Giving it to Mac.
There's also an acoustic version that was released, which I felt like is really, really good. I almost feel like it compares to the original sound.
Oh shit.
It doubles down on this emotional kind of mopey vibe, but I think it's nice. I think it highlights the melody really well. So check that out if you would like. And then first, I have IVE, Accendio.
Wow.
I don't know. The music video really stuck with me. I thought it was a very interesting concept, the storyline, the outfits, and I also got to see some of the live stages, and I thought it was cool. The outfits that they were given, the makeup, the styling overall was just really cool. As always, I think IVE has like the highest production value in that regard. It's just really high quality. But yeah, it's a very interesting song, so I'll give it to first place.
Boy. I can tell I got a controversial heart today.
Do you have RM? Do you have RM in first?
I do.
I hope you do.
Shit.
Good. I liked RM.
I thought you would vote for RM.
Okay, I was thinking about it, but these songs came out, so
I'm gonna have the rest of BTS Twitter chase after you.
no.
Oh, no, you don't want that.
Can I
You
just
don't
say?
want
Can
that
I just
heat.
say?
No,
the
too
music
late.
video. The music video for "Come Back to Me" is also very, very cool. Like
Nah.
I really liked
Nah.
the concept
Nah.
thing.
We talked
and
about that
the-
last week. Nah.
She
Well,
did. Warren,
this is
she
my
did not
piece.
even put it on the chart.
I
babe.
know, not even on
At
the
least,
chart.
No, but-
at least I've been open about my feelings.
I appreciate your openness.
It's a great
dog.
song. It's a good song. I like that song.
Well, if it was
If
a
I
good
had a
song,
fourth place, it would be on fourth.
if it was a good song, it would have been on first place, like I have it on.
I'm glad you have it in first.
I think this is some song of the year shit. Y'all sleeping? Wake up, open your eyes.
Is Mark
I'm
second?
awake.
Mark is
I
second?
woke up.
Mark is
Yeah, I'm
second.
guessing right now.
Mark is second. You good at
Nice.
this? Wow. Mark is second. I guess it's a similar vibe, but much more angsty and much more teenager. You know, like I vibe with that. Cool shit. Doug, guess my third place.
Oh shit! Is it between
Did he like us?
IVE and XG? It's one of those three.
Sorry,
right?
which one? Which one?
Expa, IVE, and XG.
Oh, pick. You can't just say three things and hope
No,
it's
I'm
one of
gonna.
them.
Is it one of those?
It is. Yes, it's XG. It's XG with a woke up.
I figured.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think for all intents and purposes, I do appreciate that they're trying something that's very different from the rest of the meta. They are. I'll be honest, right? Like back in the first like 3 or 4 comebacks, they felt like they were just another cookie cutter K-pop group with a very heavy leaning into hip hop music. And then being Japanese. Now that is no longer the case. I think they have visually and sound wise tried a lot of different new things, and I hope some of it sticks. Because even if they don't do another rap song, they're good at rap. So
I have a mini XG discussion we're gonna have right after we do this chart. I have a question, but
okay.
in terms of the SojuTalk Nation and Gochu Gang, third place for them with 45 is IVE Accendio. Second place with 52,
Ooh, nice.
XG Woke Up. And then first
Nice.
place with 66, Espa Supernova.
Oh shit!
Wow.
Wow.
Nice, nice, nice.
As a result, I'm going to go from the 5th place song. RM with 5 points, 5th place. 4th place with
Yes.
6 is
Great
Mark.
song.
3rd place
Oh,
Bro.
is IVE with 7. Second
Ooh.
place, Espa with 8. And then first place, XG with 10. So as a result,
Bruh.
XG Woke Up is picking up its first crown.
None of my
Let's
songs
go.
made it into the chart.
good for them though.
Mad.
XG, you like XG? What are you talking about?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess.
My question about XG, right?
Yeah.
Is they are spending a shit ton of money on this right now. How sustainable is this? That's always like I see people starting to talk about this too online. They're like, "Is this sustainable?" Like they don't have, they're not
hope
selling
so.
like millions of albums or anything. Like I wonder.
They're
I
performing
wonder.
a lot though.
Here's the
hopefully.
thing though, like I don't know, I don't have clear visibility into how much their sales are, you know what I mean? Because they're not Korean, you know, like
Well, New DNA sold 34K in Korea and reportedly 40,000 in Japan.
Okay.
74K.
Yeah,
Is-
I don't know how accurate those numbers are, but that's what's on Wiki.
On first week or total?
Total.
That doesn't make any sense. What?
Is that too low?
Way too low, buddy. People are getting 7-digit numbers here these days.
That's true.
That doesn't. Maybe they got good investment. Is all I'll say. Oh man.
I
Okay.
hope it's sustainable.
Yeah, I'm seeing the Wikipedia page right now. Yeah, 74,000.
I wonder because they're spending so much money. You know what? This world tour might just make them all the money, though.
Hopefully. Yeah.
I hope so. And I hope the contract is not set in stone to fuck these members up if they don't come out net positive. Because I am willing to bet money they're not net positive yet.
I agree.
Yeah. I quite frankly, unless they're like advertisement stars in Japan right now, like which I feel like if they were, I would know. And the fact of the matter is, I don't think they are. Unless that's the case, I don't know. I don't know where they're making all the
That's
money.
my like. This is not like my founded concern, but it's just like a little bit of a thing I'm thinking about, because at the end of the day, it's a business.
yeah.
It's on the back of my mind when I'm saying like, wonder how much money they're making. It's not like IVE where I could look up like, oh shit, they sold like 3 million albums. I'm like, okay, that's working, right?
Right.
So I wonder how that's working out. To be completely honest,
No, I'll be
we'll have
honest.
to see.
This is really interesting. Yeah, we'll have to see.
Right? It's a good point. It's like I don't know. It's not like because at least the K-pop groups they have the backing of like they're selling millions of albums. It's fine. They have so many commercials. It's fine.
But
Right?
like,
Advertising, variety.
here's the thing though. Like, Woke Up, for all intents and purposes, for pop music is pretty experimental. You know what I mean? Like, it's
Yes.
pretty
Right.
outside of the box. They can afford to do that because they're financially stable.
Exactly. So that's why I wonder where the money the sources are.
Okay, I mean, I guess XG is under XGLX, which is under AVEX, and AVEX.
AVEX, so they got a ton of
AVEX
money.
is huge.
Yeah.
Ton of money. But on a personal level, right, like pulling in money, I'd be very curious to know. But finally, we're at show winners. Anita, hit us with them.
Yes, we have a couple here. First off, Chico featuring Jenny with Spot won on Inkigayo, so a total of 2 wins for them.
Good
And
song.
then we have 17 with Maestro. They won on M Countdown and Music Bank, so 2 wins as well. And then we have Triple S with Girls Never Die,
Nice.
first win on the show. Big congrats to them.
Nice.
And then finally, Im Young Woong with If We Ever Meet Again, 1 win on Show Music Corps.
The
Congrats
funny
again.
thing about this Triple S win, it's not funny, but when they win, all 24 girls are there. It's insane to see it.
Good for
Like
them.
they take up like the whole stage, dude.
I gotta look this
It's a party.
It's a party when they win. Like I don't know,
Isn't that
like
nice?
how that's working. They have an encore stage. There's just so many people. There's just so many people.
Oh man, I would not want to be the mixing engineer for 24 people. What the hell?
They like you know how normally when they have like the end of the show, it's like there you could have like 10 groups across, the big ones, right, or like 5 groups across. They take up half the stage. Straight up, and they're in 2 lines of people.
Oh
They're not
my
in one
God.
line. They're in 2 lines of people. They're taking up half of the stage.
Hey, well, I'm glad they won, all 24 of them.
Yeah, let's go.
That's a great way to win.
It's a good song.
Cool
It's a great
group.
song. All right, that ends part 1. SojuTalk episode 282. We'll be back after a short break. 3, 2, 1.
Hello, SojuTalk Nation. This is Anita here with a quick PSA. If you would like to support SojuTalk Kpop Podcast, please like, subscribe, or follow us on whatever platform you're using. And consider joining our Patreon at patreon.com/SojuTalk or donating to us at paypal.me/SojuTalk. On behalf of the crew and myself, thank you. Now back to our regularly scheduled episode.
Hey, we are back at it with part 2 of SojuTalk episode 282. We're going to talk about some news and events from the past week. Similar to what we've been doing, we're going to talk about the non-Minijin hype stuff first, and then we'll get to the high Minijin stuff after.
Oh, shit,
So
okay.
this is the first segment. Star News shared that Kepler will be extending their contract with 7 members. Mashiro and Yeso will not renew their contracts in July, so this is all going to go down then. It is shared that Mashiro and Yeso will return to their agency 143 Entertainment and join as members of girl group Limelight. Limelight at the current state has 3 members, so it kind of makes
Right.
sense. They debuted them as 3.
Sad.
And everyone was like, well,
Yeah.
eventually they're just going to add them in. So that
yeah.
that was what was first reported. If we keep going, though, 143 shared that they are currently undecided if Yeso and Mashiro will continue their activities with Kepler. So they said they're still in discussions with CJ&M and no decision has been made as of yet. So they're denying.
Okay.
But it seems like the other kids are going to renew. And then finally,
Nice.
CJ&M, like, they more or less reversed and said, oh, yeah, we're still talking to 143 Entertainment, is essentially what they said. They said negotiations are not closed yet. But it seems like at a minimum, you're getting 7 kids, maximum all 9.
That's great.
Okay. I'm glad they're still talking. They should definitely do both. If I was Mashiro and Kang Yeso.
They are the
Yeah.
first produced / Boys Planet, Girls Planet group to renew.
That is true.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
and there's been a lot of online debate about post like
Kepler.
winning groups, like no,
Oh.
like post 101, post IOI, post Eyes One careers. There's been huge discussions about these kids and like, was it worth it to go back to your company and join their random group? That kind of discussions. There's a lot of those, and everyone's saying, well, on one hand, you have like the Seraphim girls and the IVE girls right now who are completely popping off, right?
Right.
But then they said on the other hand, you have a lot of people who are just like completely gone, more or less, right?
Where did Kang Hyun go?
It's hit or miss sometimes.
So people were looking at this group as a whole and being like, okay, some of these girls are in company, like some of them are Mnet kids, so it makes sense that they want to keep doing this. And then other kids that were like, yeah, like Yujin, who was in CLC. CLC's not there anymore, so this makes sense for her, right?
Right.
But then other people were like, I guess Xiaoting doesn't have a market in China yet, so we're just gonna keep doing this. So they were more or less just going through, and they were talking about like post IOI, post Eyes One, post 101 people. Yeah, there's been a lot of discussion.
From the perspectives of 143 and Yeso and Mashiro, they were making it very, very clear that Limelight is gonna have a significant amount of change before last comeback and this comeback with when they released Tada earlier in the year, right?
Yes.
In the press release, they were like, "Oh, this is the final part of phase 1 of Limelight. Before watch out for whatever we have next." It was like,
Everyone's like, all right, well, clearly you're at minimum adding those two into the
think-
group.
yeah, we were like, okay, we know what you're doing. So I get why from 143's perspective they want to make sure this transfer happens, right? They have a lot riding on this clearly.
Of course.
But like, as long as the schedules are manageable, have them do both. I don't think that's a crazy idea,
It could work.
Yeah, and a lot of people were talking about, Kepler's a group that sells like 200, 300,000 albums per release.
Right.
That's like sustainable, but people are like, I think these companies are starting to smart up and be like, hey, maybe grass is not greener on the other side. Maybe it's better if this stays together because at least we have income coming in versus we put them in our own shitty group and we sell 10,000 albums.
Pop down.
So it's a discussion to be had. Yeah.
It is. Here's the thing. I wish I was completely positive about all of this, and I still am optimistic about all of this. But on the other hand, we need to recognize that Kepler sales have been
Going
on a bit
down
of a
slowly.
declining
Yeah.
pattern. So while I think this is a great interim solution, at the same time, I'm not sure if this is going to be as a great solution as people hope it would be in terms of sales. I'm glad the members can stay together because I'm sure the fans would love that. But you also got to think about how much is actually going into these members'
I
pockets.
always wanted Eyes One to renew, but now looking at the post career of the majority of the kids, it was the right decision to not. So to be honest, I mean, with Eyes One, it was like inevitable that the starships were gonna leave. Like, come on, we all knew this. The Chaewon, we thought Chaewon and we might have joined Rocket Punch at one point. Was on the table, it seemed, until it didn't.
You were so sure that was gonna happen, and you were
I
like,
was sure. Okay, no one thought Chaewon was gonna sign with Hype. Let's be honest here.
Well, that was nobody.
Completely out of
No,
nowhere.
okay, I agree that came out of nowhere, but you were constantly like, "Oh, Chaewon's gonna join Rocket Punch," and I was like, "No."
And I was like,
gonna
she's
do a
gonna
solo.
save. I was like, she's gonna save them.
She's gonna do a fucking solo. I don't know if that's what they would have ended up doing. I'll
And
be
if
honest,
it's
but-
true that Binju said no to joining Source, that's a huge bag fumble, is it not? It's such a big like.
Sorry, who's Minju?
Exactly.
I shouldn't make that joke.
All right, so that's all we got about CJ&M and Kepler. Let's continue.
Okay.
So there's a little trigger warning before I talk about this. You
shit.
got like 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so BBC in England, right, or Britain, they released the documentary of the Burning Sun scandal with exclusive pictures and chat group recordings.
Oh shit.
Oh my.
Oh shit.
Oh wow.
So even in the screenshots, they translated them and it's bad. Like it's bad.
Oh shit.
So Hey, it's out there now, and a lot of people are gonna know about this outside of the K-pop sphere. There's the
That's
whole
crazy.
documentary about this.
This is something I want to watch at some point. I've just been busy this week. I haven't really been able to watch it yet.
It's going to be a tough watch, regardless, right?
I
Yeah.
can
It's very
fucking
heavy.
tell. I was watching some screenshots floating around, and I was like, "Oh God, this is much more."
Oh yeah, they go really in depth. I heard.
Yeah. They're very open about what happened. And here's the thing, like, I am very well aware. That some of the information we got in the Korean media is not fully captivating of what happened, largely because both the right wing and the left wing was involved. And when that ever fucking happens, we don't get shit. This was pretty much the case with this. You stopped getting information because both political parties were involved. And because of that, everyone shut the fuck up at a certain point once they realized they were kind of involved.
Yeah, but they hear, like, I'm looking at the screen cap. They even have like Seungri talking to someone in the screen cap. Like it's going full in there.
On one hand, as like someone of Korean background, I am fucking embarrassed that it took BBC to get into this shit. Like, this is, you know what I mean? Like, you
Get
know,
the full story.
right? Like, no beef with BBC, right? They're obviously like a great media platform, but at the same time, like it took y'all England to get this shit out of the fucking
Also,
door.
one other thing that came out in the documentary, we had known that Guhara, the late Guhara,
Oh yeah, that's
was involved in this to some extent, but they apparently go in depth about her role in exposing the scandal on the initial phase. She apparently had a very large role in getting people to start looking into this. So, respect to her. Rest in peace.
If you look up Burning Sun on YouTube, exposing the secret K-pop chat groups, the video is now public on YouTube under BBC World Service. It's got 2 million views now, which is a shit ton less than some of these other K-pop music videos. But hey, you know, check it out if you think you are curious about what really went down.
All right, let's keep going. Next thing. The FTC has designated HYBE as a conglomerate for reporting purposes. So they reached the 5 trillion won threshold, and they are now a conglomerate.
That's
officially.
crazy.
Wow.
That's
crazy.
So much money.
So that means as an entity, HYBE pulls in like over $5 billion a year. What that is saying.
Whew.
That's a lot of money. That's a lot of
nuts.
fucking cash.
Let's keep going. Next one. So, y'all remember Kang Daniel and Connect Entertainment, and everyone's feeling was like, "Oh yeah, that's his company, right?" Turns
Yeah, I
out,
thought.
no. So he filed a complaint to the police against the largest shareholder of Connect Entertainment for fraud and violation of criminal law.
Okay.
So
Whoop.
they are imploding.
Oh
So-
no.
The claims are that embezzlement, breach of trust, violation of information communication network, and fraud by use of computer. So basically, Kang Daniel is claiming that the guy who was one of the largest shareholders was embezzling money, more or less,
Oh, shit.
from the company.
Dang.
And
Okay.
it turns out that Kang Daniel was just in like a figurehead CEO role, but he was not like a part of the ownership structure or not a big part of it.
Oh, okay.
So he was not as involved as people thought in Connect.
I see.
They were people above him with a lot of money on this, and they were apparently stealing some of the money. This is what it seems like.
That is confusing as shit.
So that happened, and then more news. All additional artists, Yuju, We Them Boys, and Chancellor,
Right.
under Kang Daniel's agency's Connect Entertainment, have all left the agency. They even shared that Connect is on the verge of closing, and all employees have either left or have been laid off by the agency. Currently, Kang Daniel has taken legal action against the person who owns about 70% of the agency on charges including embezzlement, breach of trust, counterfeit of private documents, and more.
Oh my god.
All while he's in the military. This is going on.
What
too, by
a
the way.
mess. That's a mess.
Wow. Guys,
So
have a
it
busy
seemed-
life.
So it seems more or less, if this is true, that someone approached Kang Daniel was like, "Hey, you want to start a company? I got the funds to back you. Can make something. You're a famous person." Seems like it was all hunky dory at the beginning, but then at a certain point, Kang Daniel started to realize this guy's stealing all the money.
It's
Kinda
simple.
nuts.
Stealing is bad. Don't steal.
Yeah. That one happened. I think there's one more.
Good
yeah,
lord,
so
okay.
so Kang Daniel himself is also in the process of leaving the agency. So final one.
Everybody's leaving the ship.
God, wow.
Everyone's jumping off. It's over.
Yeah. Well,
That's sad.
well, if it works
Next
out.
one, more lawsuit
Yeah.
news.
Oh boy.
Ho Sojang, the
Huh.
YouTuber. The court ruled that she must pay IVE's Jang Won-young 100 million won for defamation. So 100K.
Wow.
It is confirmed that she made an annual profit of about 10 million. So she made about $10,000 by posting videos on her YouTube channel Sojang, defaming famous celebrities.
Dang.
Dang, this
Pay up.
sets the precedent, doesn't it? Right?
It
really
does.
If
does.
you're a slander YouTuber, you could get screwed monetarily.
You can't
Oh.
do this. Yeah, I can't get away with it.
This Sojang lady, 35 years old, had nothing better to do than to
That's
defame
so bad.
Won Young, apparently. Kind of nuts when you think about it.
All right.
Let's
Get out.
keep going. So, okay, this is starting to get into. So Sachegi's on the. People have been talking about it again lately, right? Everyone's
Yeah.
been mentioning it. But Mr. Kim, a former CEO of an entertainment agency, and 10 other people were indicted without detention on charges of obstruction of business by manipulating music rankings on major domestic music sites. It is alleged that from December 2018 to 2019, prosecutors believed that a song was repeatedly that they believed that 15 songs were repeatedly played on music sites using 500 virtual PCs, mass-purchased IPs, and 1,600 illegally acquired personal information for
Oh
a
my
total
God.
for a total of over 1 million plays.
1.7 million views or plays.
So in Korea, a lot of your accounts are tied to your social security, right?
Yes.
Number in Korea.
Yes.
So they were apparently stealing that info to get access to accounts in order to stream on these virtual PCs.
That's a lot of effort.
So you essentially have a big room full of fucking devices with stolen
Yeah.
information, non-stop playing songs.
Yes.
That's crazy.
And people think this is just the start of people getting in trouble for this type of stuff. They're gonna really crack down on it, apparently.
Here we go. I get the feeling this is gonna be the start of a huge thing.
For
and
streaming.
not just for streaming, but for a lot of musicians, right?
Oh.
The thing we have to think about is like this is not specific to K-pop. It's specific to overall Korean pop music. The songs that are in discussion as of right now is mostly with Youngtak, ballad singer KCM, and Nature's Oopsie, which that happens to be K-pop, yes. So, you know, I wouldn't really go through the effort of trying to link this up with, you know, this artist to that, you know, that artist to this. I would just
It
focus
seems
on...
pretty widespread, to be honest.
There were songs that people were confused about. Why is this song on the chart? You know, like maybe
Yeah.
this might
Yeah.
have some answers. Who knows? We'll have to see.
You know what else needs to be addressed? This is just my own personal feeling. On iChart now, YouTube is one of the metrics on iChart
Yeah.
that
Right.
determines like perfect all kills. It's one of the charts that's included.
It is indeed.
But YouTube streaming numbers that they use include ad bought views.
You are correct.
So I think that's a huge issue, is it not? Like, let's say a company
guess.
buys YouTube ads for their song versus a company who doesn't. There's such a big advantage, especially the ones that are trying to get accolades like perfect all kills
Money-wise,
and things like that.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is why I like to look at Melon more than iChart.
Exactly. But you know,
Yeah.
but iChart's the one that gets the big achievements, right? Perfect all kills for this much time, you know, like top 5, because iChart in what it is, it's supposed to be a great composite, right? To see what's going on in Korea across all the platforms. But in reality, it seems like certain charts can hold the accolades hostage by the metrics, by the way they're calculated.
Yeah, and like to be quite honest, like you have to you have to remember that our chart isn't run by like an official organization of any means. It's run by a Korean community called Instas, which I think is a fine community. I have no beef with there. You just have to keep in mind it's not run by the Korean Music Association or anything like that.
Yeah, it's just like the metric. It's like they're so arbitrary about the metrics, right? And also another thing about iChart is some of these charts only refresh once a week, you know? So if the song that has all number ones but one of them and they updated that one and they're number 2, they're effed for the whole week for a perfect all kill, right?
Yeah.
That also happens.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe not the best metric. All right, let's keep going. Next one. So aespa had a pre-recording stage on M Countdown, but a fire broke out on the stage set, so they had to cancel the pre-recording.
Oh my god. That's crazy. I'm glad nobody was hurt.
Yeah,
that happened.
Good.
Next one. All right, so Ailey is getting married
Huh?
to a guy who was on Singles Inferno season 1.
Wow.
Whoa! Congrats to her.
Oh my god, congrats.
His name is Choi Shi-hoon, I would assume, based on
Shi-hoon,
the pronunciation. So apparently, I did not watch Singles Inferno or whatever, but apparently his storyline is he followed this one girl around the whole season. And he was a nice guy, and then she didn't pick him at the.
I wonder how they met.
Yeah, but so Ailey's getting married. Congrats to Ailey.
Congrats. I hope they're happy with the rest of their lives.
She's one of New Jersey's finest. She's from New Jersey, Bergen County.
Yes.
Next one. So, INB 100, founded by EXO's Baekhyun, will join as a subsidiary under 100, which currently houses both Big Planet Made and Million Market, also as subsidiary labels. So it is currently held to EXO members Baekhyun, Chen, and Shumin. So, you remember how back in the day, like a year ago, SM was claiming that MC Mong and his company were kind of poaching talent?
Yeah.
It seems like they actually were. Like, that's what people are saying. But now that we're past that point, no one cares. But yeah, that's what happened.
I mean, to be quite frank, like, Million Market was under SM at certain points. Like, I don't know if it's poaching I don't know if it's poaching. If they already kind of knew each other, like, previously, I don't know. You know
yeah,
I mean?
that's true. Where's the line, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Like, the Million Market was a part of the SM subsidiary, and BPM came as a result of all that.
It's funny how, like, MC Mong's still in the industry, but no one talks about it. Because he's banned. He's banned everywhere. But let's keep going. So, YG had one of his, like, State of the Nation videos where he just sits and talks. Even though, like...
Oh, boy.
Who wants to see his face at this point? Let's be honest here. But he announced during it that Baby Monster is going to drop a single in July, followed by a full album, and Treasure will drop an album in the fall. So if you're a Treasure fan, good luck. You got to get through the whole summer now. They ain't getting anything till then. This Baby Monster, this whole YG post Blackpink era is kind of interesting as a whole, right?
It's interesting. Yeah.
All we've been hearing lately is that they keep selling assets in the company, but we'll have to see if they could right the ship, turn it around.
We'll see what happens. Treasure is collabing with Uniqlo. Did you know that?
Yes. I was on Uniqlo today and I saw it and I was like, what the F?
I know, right? I was there too and I was like, wow, it's them. Oh my god.
Nice. Is it nice?
That's pretty cool.
Okay. Let's go to the last thing. So, as I mentioned earlier, XG first world tour, The First Howl.
Oh shit.
So, they are going to be this one already happened May 18th to 19th in Osaka. Then they're going to go Yokohama, Seoul, Taipei, Singapore, Manila, Bangkok, Kuala Lumpur, and then they're Japanese so they could go into China.
Oh shit.
More Greater China, North
go.
America, Australia, South America, Europe, and more coming soon. So they're Japanese groups, so they could actually go into China. They don't have that embargo against them.
World tour.
Yo, that's like, I forgot about that. Hey, if they're popular in China, they're gonna make so much money.
They will.
I wanna see how big is this Yes 24 live hall in Korea, right?
Rappers, that was a big hall for rappers at one point. It's in Hongdae.
Oh, it's pretty big.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
pretty big.
That's like a couple thousand people venue. Okay.
Nice.
I'm very curious to see like once they eventually announce the North American dates, what level of like arenas are they going to do, right? Because if they think they're not that big, they'll do like under 3,000 people venues. But if they think they're popping, they'll do like hockey stadiums, right? Which are like 15,000. So I wonder what they will actually choose, because I don't think they'll do stadiums. They're not there yet.
I don't think so.
But
yeah,
I feel like they could do
Hopefully.
like 14,000 person Prudential concert. I think they could fill it, to be honest.
Yes 24 recent lineup of performers. 1V was there, Boys Like Girls was there, Xiumin was there, Even was there, 10 NCT was there, Dreamcatcher was there for all four concerts. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's great. That's
Yeah.
great for them. All right, let me transition my screen real quick.
All right, here we go.
What do we got
Here
here?
we go.
Okay,
The main dish.
I'm cackling like a hyena.
Fucking steak.
This was like, okay, we're in the thick of the weeds now, guys. It's a mess. It's annoying.
Oh, boy.
It's boring, but
Oh,
you have
boy.
to talk about this stuff. We got nothing of consequence this week. Just a lot of like exposing on both sides, per usual. There's like 5 things that happened. Naver plus Dunamu, N Capital and A Finance. There was a hearing, that's big. A leaked evidence from a YouTuber, Ijino, and then the pro Minhee Jin petitions by New Jeans and their parents. Those are like the 5 things.
Okay.
The first 2, Naver and Dunamu, N Capital and A Finance, are all money things. So they kind of have to do with like, why did this all happen? Right? That's the main reason why these all came up. So some news articles, particularly Chosun Biz, more or less started to expose, or they did an expose on why is this all happening, right?
Right. What
It
started
seems,
this?
based on their investigation, they think the source of all of this is a money issue, per usual, guys.
Usual.
It's a money thing. They allege that Minhee Jin and her cohorts were meeting with certain companies like N Capital, A Finance, in order to get backing from outside sources. And then additionally, other people like Danamu and Naver, which are big Korean companies, apparently got involved as well. And they were sort of the ones who leaked it to Hybe that Minhee Jin might be doing some shady shit behind their back.
Somebody was a whistleblower here.
Yeah, they talked about potential whistleblowers this week.
Oh.
So let's start at the top. So Sejong, whenever you hear the word Sejong, that means it's Minhee Jin's lawyers. There's a Sejong law firm that is
Okay.
Minhee Jin's lawyers.
Okay.
So Minhee Jin's side stated that Hybe started the audit based on rumors contained in the affidavit of Hybe outside director B. CEO Minhee Jin never met with representatives of N Capital named in the affidavit. So they're saying that Hybe started these audits based on this guy outside director B, who started to say that Minhee Jin was doing shady shit, right? Minhee Jin side saying, no, we never met with this N Capital. What the F are you talking about? That one. And then over here, it says Kim and Chang. Kim and Chang is Hybe's lawyers. That's what you also have to know.
That's the law firm
They
name.
stated, law firm name, they
Yeah.
stated that Adore Vice President Lee Sang-woo was meeting with these other, with this N Capital to discuss an IPO of Adore, right? So so they are saying that, hey, the VP of Adore was meeting with these finance people in order to talk about
Shit.
an IPO of Adore. So they're saying that that's where the collusion started to happen, where they started to get investment people involved. And they even said that he bragged to them that the director of an investment bank, A Finance, was running for office in Shenzhen, China. So they were like,
Bro.
they were having business meetings, and this guy was just like bragging about his contacts,
Oh.
more or less.
Dang.
As we continue, outside director B was the individual who tipped off Hybe in mid-February that CEO Min had made an investment proposal. The outside director B, who was also a co-CEO of a venture capital firm, said that at the time, CEO Min's side is proposing to use a PEF manager to become the large shareholder of Adore and to recruit investors through a pre-IPO equity investment. So, okay, PEF, private equity fund.
Oh, okay.
IPO, investment posting something. So they were saying that they were basically, this outside director B said that Minhee Jin and her peoples were going around looking for private investors who could buy stock in Adore through a new stock listing.
So this lines up with one of the Kakao talks that they leaked out.
Yes.
Right. Getting third-party investors involved. Not quite Saudi, but still big
just
nonetheless.
people in general.
Yeah.
CEO Min's side suggested that I ask my venture capital firm to assist him in helping to pass Adore's board agendas, raise third-party capital, etc. However, B did not meet with CEO Min directly, but the offer was delivered through a related party. So what Minijin is saying that she did not meet with the guy, technically true, right? But he's stating that her friends met with him.
There was still a connection. Maybe.
You get what I'm saying?
There was communication.
There was apparently communication. Allegedly, HYBE then obtained information that N Capital and Vice President Lee Sang-woo discussed the Adore listing plan with investor recruitment. This content was submitted to the court at the hearing.
Okay, so all this information is coming out of the hearing that happened on May 17th.
Correct.
Okay.
So Min's side said that the report from Director B was only a rumor and that CEO Min had never met with an investment person. N Capital does invest in semiconductor related field, but in March N Capital applied for and was selected as an investment manager of a government-backed K-culture related fund. So the people they were meeting with may have initially have been involved in semiconductors, but around when this was happening, they got a grant based on K-culture from the government.
Interesting.
And then finally, according to legal and music industry sources, HYBE submitted to the court that CEO Min met with senior officials of Danamu and Naver over dinner and proposed the acquisition of Adore. HYBE also submitted related Kakao chats as supporting evidence. At the time, Danamu and Naver realized this meeting could be problematic and reported the meeting to HYBE. So there are three whistleblowers:
Right.
Danamu, Naver, and this outside CEO guy. So multiple people were saying, "Hey, Adore's trying to sell the company without you knowing."
That's a lot of smoke.
And also, I don't see why companies like Danamu and Naver would lie about something like that.
It's so for context, right? Like Naver is one of the biggest tech giants in Korea. Think of it as the biggest search engine plus social media platform plus Twitch. It's like one of the biggest shits, right? Danamu, on the other hand, is the owner of Upbit, which is, as far as I understand, the largest what's the word? Trading place for Bitcoin and other forms of
wow.
What's the word? Crypto. So they're a crypto thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Which also means they got big fucking money, right? I think that's all the context I have to add.
Not looking great.
So Min did also have a long ass fucking press release that released 2 days ago.
To sum up, can I sum up this real quick?
Sum that up. Yeah. Let's get this.
To sum up, on a corporate level, Danamu and Naver basically said, "Hey, we met with the CEO of Adore, Min, and he basically tried to sell us the company, and then we told HYBE." So that's one thing.
Right.
And then the second thing is there is a outside director, B, who also met with Min, and Min was more or less bragging about the outside investors he's getting. And then he reported that to HYBE. So those are the two separate things. So HYBE did not just have one whistleblower. Reportedly, they had multiple.
So Adore did try to kind of rebuttal, put a rebuttal against this in this long ass fucking press release of like 2,400 words. I'm not gonna read through all this. They're saying it's a lie and it's exaggerated. That's all they're claiming. To what degree and to what evidence? There's no evidence. So.
I think regardless of what's going on or not, it seems that HYBE submitted its evidence to the court, so we'll have to see how that plays out.
We'll have to see how that plays out.
Regardless of what they're saying is true or not, the court will have to decide.
Yeah.
So that was the major business bullshit that happened. Very confusing. We're starting to even, like, they're talking through the weeds of the exact investors they were apparently talking to, all that shit. So apparently it wasn't Singapore or the Saudi investment fund, but they were talking to more like local companies.
Which makes a lot more sense. Saudi makes no fucking sense. This actually sounds real.
Okay, so now let's go. We're going to talk about New Jeans and their parents. So it was reported that New Jeans members submitted their own petitions to court on the 17th of May. This is the first time members made official movement in the issue in this case. However, the specific content of the petitions was not disclosed. On this same day, the court conducted a trial for the injunction lawsuit to ban the right of CEO Minijin from denying HYBE its rights to act as the majority shareholder, right?
Right.
So basically, New Jeans, the members themselves, each individual member came out and submitted a petition to the court in favor of Minijin. So they have picked a side in this battle.
Terrible fucking move. Terrible move. Terrible
They
move.
did that. Even here, look. So it's in the record. It's like all of their petitions right here. But to continue, all 5 members of New Jeans submitted a petition to the court. A representative for Adore CEO Minijin shared with Hanbok Ilbo that it understood that the petitions opposed the dismissal of Minijin. So these petitions are more or less saying, hey, do not dismiss Minijin. We are in favor of her, regardless of what is going on in this case.
Still pretty terrible move is all I'll say.
So that one happened, and then it was also confirmed that the parents of New Jeans members have filed a petition with the court represented by attorney Kang Ji-suk, who is known to specialize in entertainment disputes. When asked whether this would signal the parents' intent to file for a termination of New Jeans' exclusive contract, their attorney Kang stated that he was only entrusted with the responsibility of filing this petition. It is presumed that the contents of the petition is in support of CEO Adore Minijin. Okay, so basically the parents also came out in favor of Minijin, and when their lawyer was asked, does this mean you're trying to get your kids out of the group and out of HYBE? He said, no comment. I was just charged with sending the documents.
I'm just sending these documents.
Right.
I'm just sending the documents. I do not know if these parents want their kids out of the group.
I am a messenger. Do not attack the
Right.
messenger. He is just a messenger.
Still.
It's also worth noting, like, about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9-ish employees of Adore, whether through contract or official means, also sent in a petition earlier today. As far as I can tell, they are stylists, choreographers, that sort of deal. So people are starting to draw the sand in terms of where they are standing.
Yep.
Right.
Which I think is as a, I don't know, am I a bunny? I think that's a good safe to say I'm a bunny. Terrible fucking move. Because 99% Minijin is not going to have her job in about half a year.
No, she's not gonna have her job in about a week.
No. That's gonna take 3 weeks at least.
Okay.
That's gonna
But
take
still.
time. Yeah. But she's not gonna have her job. Why would you do this? Do you not want the rest of your career?
Honestly, wasn't the play just to stay neutral? And then after this all comes down, everyone would just feel bad for the New Jeans kids, so HYBE would have to treat them well. Wasn't that the play?
Yeah.
Right?
That she still had over their heads. She was openly like, watch how they promote these fucking kids afterwards. Everybody's eyes was still on that shit.
So the play would have been to stay neutral. She leaves, sad. But then HYBE has to treat you well, or else everything she said would be proven true, right?
Look, yes, because like at the end of the day, yes, whatever value she provides to the company and the group, whatever, fuck, great, amazing. You can still have a career without her. Shitty career is better than no career. And this might end up being that shit.
All right.
We'll see.
Are we ready? They're gonna go through the court now.
Here we
we're in
go.
the weeds, guys. This is a lot. Okay. A fierce 80-minute battle between HYBE and Adore. Today, the Seoul Central District Court held a provisional hearing. And the legal community expects the dismissal of the application for Minhee-jin's injunction. So, it is called the application for provincial injunction to prohibit the exercise of voting rights. So, Minhee-jin has an injunction, which more or less she is trying to deny HYBE's right as the majority shareholder from making moves at the shareholders meeting.
She's trying to get them to not vote.
Yeah, to not vote.
And kick her out.
Yes, more or less. So this is an injunction so Minhee-jin has an injunction in place right now to more or less prevent HYBE from kicking her out of the company at the upcoming shareholders meeting that's happening on the 30th.
Yes.
So basically, Hybe said that's bullshit. So they want the court about this. That's what this court is about.
Right.
It's more or less that they said get rid of this injunction. It's stupid. On the 30th, we want to vote because we own the company.
And Minijin's argument is that they should not be voting because they violated the shareholders agreement. Hybe is obviously.
Oh no, I'm gonna go through this. I have all this. I got all this.
Okay.
Sejong Law Firm, representing CEO Min, said that CEO Min has never committed any act that violates the commercial laws or Adore bylaws. The dismissal of Minijin will cause irreparable harm to herself, Newjeans, Adore, and Hybe. And they asked, please uphold the application for injunction so that Minijin continue to serve the 5-year term in the shareholders agreement. The Sejong Law Firm also stated that the Hybe audit was invalid, is what they're stating.
Okay, that's pretty strong.
Sejong pointed out that Article 415 of the Commercial Act only allows a parent company from auditing a subsidiary after a request for a business report is made, and only if the request is ignored without justification or that the parent company has to verify the contents of the business report. So they're saying that they did not tell Minhee-jin, they did not file this business report that they wanted, they just did the audit. That's what their claim is.
There was no warning.
There was no warning. They just did it.
It's not just the warning. When you start an audit, you gotta file for this report. I don't know what the official translation is. It's not business report, but that's what they're arguing. That is that they did an audit without the proper processes in place.
And they're basing this on over here a reply to Minhee-jin's whistleblower email, and the start of the audit only happened 1 to 2 minutes apart, and the audit was disclosed to the media that afternoon. So they're basically saying they just sprung this on us. They clearly were planning this behind the scenes without asking for any reports or anything like that. So that is their claim. Let's go now to Kang and Chang, which on behalf of Hybe stated, the crux of this matter is whether the court can order a preliminary injunction to prevent the exercise of voting rights, which is the core of a shareholder's rights, and whether it is justifiable to allow Minhee-jin to continue to serve as CEO after committing acts of misconduct and breach of trust. That literally sums up their whole opinion on this.
That makes a lot of sense, yeah.
This right here, I'm going to repeat it again. The crux of this matter is whether the court can order a preliminary injunction to prevent the exercise of voting rights, or aka kicking her out, which is the core of the shareholders' rights, and whether it is justifiable to allow Minhee-jin to continue to serve as a CEO after committing acts of misconduct and breach of trust. That is the crux of this entire issue.
Okay,
right here.
Yeah.
In simple man's terms, Hybe is saying, woman is crazy. We need to kick her out. Why are you having her prevent us from kicking her out?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then they continued. The shareholder agreement states that CEO Min can be asked to step down if she causes more than 1 billion in damages to Adore or commits any misconduct such as breach of trust, fraud, or embezzlement. So 1 billion meaning 1 billion Korean won, so $1 million. So they're saying if Minhee-jin does anything that makes the company lose $1 million, we can kick her out. And they're like, clearly, the shit she was doing, we would stand to lose more than $1 million. So that's why we're allowed to.
Oh.
Additionally, Hybe is not contractually obligated to keep Minhee-jin in her position as long as there is any reason to remove her exist. They're saying, hey, if she did any shit that's bad, we're not obligated to keep her in her job, which is fair.
That's pretty fair.
And in terms of what they think is going to happen in this case, legal experts are cautiously concluding that the application for injunction is likely to be dismissed. It is believed that the court's decision will be conservative due to the possibility that the alleged misconduct that CEO Min and other executives are accused of could be proven true. So they're saying, it kind of feels like she might have done some shitty stuff. I don't think it's right to let the shareholders vote.
I see.
Here's the thing, right? Even if you don't step that direction, like, you're trying to prove to us that Hybe has violated the agreement. We haven't seen any argument regarding that. You know what I mean? Like,
evidence, yeah.
Yeah.
And then in closing statements, Hybe argued that extraordinary circumstances must exist to block a shareholder's core right through a preliminary injunction, and that it would be unfair to prevent a shareholder with 80% rights. They literally said, we own 80% of the company with an injunction, as it would result in no checks on subsidiaries. To be fair, that's true.
This is
right?
true.
I think that's true, that it's bullshit to try to deny someone who owns 80% of the company from doing something with their business. So now we're going to get to the more inflammatory stuff that a lot of you might have heard of. Additional reporting from No Cut News. Hybe's chat log captures were presented in court in both blurred and not blurred format and explained orally at the hearing. So these are the cacao logs of Minijin. Hybe stated that it would follow the direction of the court as to how the evidence should be submitted. In response, Minijin's side accused Hybe of unfairly editing and piecing together the content, and that the parties had withdrawn repeatedly their consent to the content being made public. So Minijin saying, you might have cacao logs, but it's unfairly edited and it could be cherry picking, and we repeatedly did not give you consent to make these chat logs in this court case.
Which, yes, consent is not single party consent in Korea. But on the other hand, you were also sharing Kakao Talk logs to the entire world in your YouTube
For
live
press
stream.
conference.
Yeah.
So Hybe came back and said, if you are confident in your case, let's share this information in front of the court where the information is available to the public.
Shit.
But if you are saying this is a privacy issue, we will share it according to the court's direction. Regarding the Kakao Talks, Minijin then replied, it is a serious invasion of privacy to use the contents of a conversation conducted with the friend prior to the creation of a door by forensics analysis of a person's computer. So they're saying you stole these you got these off of someone's computer via the audit, right? It's not like you owned this data. But Hybe reported that the data was stored on a company server and was not on a personal laptop, and that it is the company's data which employees agreed to have monitor when you joined the company.
Yeah, there's if you work for a company, you sign a form that says, I will use your Wi-Fi. You are welcome to know my porn history if I watch porn on your company Wi-Fi. That's a thing.
Oh my.
So basically they went back and forth about these cacao logs. The cacao logs are very important because they got leaked by a YouTuber in some form. But I'll tell you the end before we go through the logs. The logs were rejected by the court.
Okay.
It was later reported that these claims were rejected by the court, who did not accept Hybe's evidence. And here's what happened. Later on, a controversial YouTuber by the name Lee Jin-ho created a video about these messages. Although he provided illustrations of the messages, they were not the real screenshots of the messages and were simply mock-ups created for the video of what happened during the court. The same was done for claims by Hybe that Minijin had talked down to a female employee. So, okay, let's go into this now.
Okay.
There are like 3 segments of these messages that came out. There's 3. One of them is Minhee-jin. It is alleged that she did not try to protect an Adore employee who was being harassed by some males in the company. That's the first thing. The second one was basically they're saying she was talking shit about the New Jeans members. And then the third one over here is basically stating that she was talking about attacking Hybe because BTS was gone, yada, yada, yada. So those are the 3 things. Let's go through them.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Here we go.
The first one. Okay.
Oh man, I'm
So,
glad I
by
can
the
read
way,
Korean.
By the way, this YouTube guy is controversial in his own right. He's one of those YouTube guys who loves to post explosive videos about like people's dirty laundry. So, and it kind of feels that I don't know how he got this message, but this is my own opinion, not the opinion of what's going on. It seems like someone who was in that courtroom leaked him what was said about these messages.
No. Hybe gave it to him. They said that.
Oh, they said they gave it to him?
Hybe gave it to him. The only reason it's not actual Kakao Talk screenshots is because they can't share primary evidence with the third party.
Okay, I now know that Hybe literally gave it to him. So
Yeah.
it seems like Hybe was kind of pissed that they got denied being entered into this court case, so they kind of leaked it to him.
Yeah.
So
Well,
take that for what it is.
Yeah.
The thing is, this guy does have a pretty shitty track record of making shit up, per se. So yeah, take it as a grain of salt.
So, Ijino in the YouTube video said earlier this year, HYBE received a report about a sexual harassment and bullying incident that involved a female employee in Indore, within Adore, and more or less, this female employee was sent to a drinking party with employees from a private partner company,
Okay.
and then later, like, the Adore people left, so they kind of just left this woman with these like businessmen.
What?
Oh boy. Okay.
Yeah. So
This is
later, the
crazy
men left the
terrible.
scene together, leaving the woman alone, making her feel a sense of embarrassment. So she reported the issue to HYBE. HYBE conducted an official investigation in March and concluded that it was a communication problem, and it issued a warning about the solution to the people who were involved. At the time, CEO Minijin sent the deputy CEO a message regarding the incident, saying that other people can go deal with this bullshit, more or less. In another text message, Minijin wrote, "This is why I hate working with young girls. They can't do anything but always whine, annoy me, and look tired. They don't have any responsibility at all. These women, I hate them so badly, even though I'm a woman. They think and talk lightly about the world as if, and they're always lazy. Their vision is narrow. They envy me, saying that they would never become successful if they worked to the death like I do."
Okay.
And then he said, F girls at the end is what she said.
So she's misogynistic.
It seems like it.
This conversation was proven to be talking about.
It's talking about these messages were talking about females in general at Adore,
At the company, okay.
at the company. She's just saying like F these girls that I'm working with. These were not talking about Noonjeans directly.
No.
They're just talking about the
Okay.
other female employees at Adore. She's like F
I
them.
see.
It is worth noting that it's as clearly taken out of context, but like I don't think
Yeah.
context is gonna help. I'll be honest with you. Like I
It
wouldn't
was
say
pretty
this
bad
shit.
by itself, yeah.
Yeah, like I don't know. No. In any other context, I would not say this out loud. Bloody hell, man! Like
So that's the first thing. They're like, yeah, she's kind of misogynistic. The second one was about New Jeans.
here we go.
Right? What's more shocking is the message that New Jeans' mom, in quotations, Minijin, the messages she sent while preparing members' acceptance speeches. Okay, here are some of the stuff that the messages stated. Just tell them to say they'll be humble all the time as they're gaining popularity, even when they are getting fat like pigs. If they pretend to be cool but don't greet me, I might want to kill them. You know what? Just look in the mirror.
Huh?
Additionally, she even made disparaging remarks about a certain member's appearance, mentioning her real name, and she said, "Wow, this fat person," and she named the member. And she also wrote messages about New Jeans fans, saying that people who become fans of the thoughtless kids keep saying nonsense.
Again, terrible shit. I would not say under any other circumstance.
And people are saying, though, it's just so ironic that these chats were leaked on the day where New Jeans petitions were
I was
also
gonna
announced.
say,
Yeah.
what was the timing of that?
The
Mom.
timing was the petitions came out and then these messages came out.
I mean, I guess Asian moms are, always fat shaming their kids. So yeah, it's in character.
And Warren, Warren,
Yeah.
these translations are fairly accurate, right?
사랑다 오빠도 뒤지게 혼난 개초딩들. These.
Wow, she wrote, wow, this person gay tung tung sheep.
와
Oh my
name
God.
개뚱뚱 씨발. 와. Yeah. No.
That means like, wow, this member is such a fat ass is more or less what she wrote. Like,
Yeah. It ends with yeah.
yeah.
Look, I will provide the context that Korean people will openly fat shame anybody. But on the other hand, you claim to be their mother, you claim to be their producer. Still not something I would say in any other circumstance. You know what I mean? Like,
And at the end of the day, Min Hee-jin and her lawyers at this court thing did not deny that these messages was stuff that she wrote. They just said that they were cherry picked and taken out of context. But they did not deny that these were real.
even in a public sense, they put out a press release saying that they're taken out of context. That whole 2400 press release I talked about, 2400 word press release I talked about earlier, that also had a third of it. 24,000, sorry, words.
Yeah.
Fucking press release. That was, no, 2400. Was it 24,000?
It had to be 24,000. 2400 is not that many words, Warren.
2,244 words. That's a lot in Korean.
Oh, it's in Korean. Okay,
it's in Korean.
English, that's like a page.
It's 9,000 characters.
Okay, that's a lot. Never mind.
A third of that was dedicated to how it was taken out of context, and yada yada yada. They also have said that they plan to address all of this. I don't know how.
I don't know how you do this one where you're
Wow.
calling her a fat ass, and this one where you call the fans stupid for following these stupid girls, more or less.
Essentially, yeah.
And she did not deny that these were like her messages. She just said they were taken out of context.
No,
That's
no,
the crazy
no.
part.
Their official
whole
statement.
storyline falls apart.
Their official statement was, what was they said we are verifying the legitimacy of this evidence. Now we have to note that because all of this is legally submitted evidence, claiming all of this as fake, it might have huge legal repercussions. Meaning, if they were confident about this shit being fake, they would have said shit by now.
Yeah.
They haven't.
So those were the two, and Korean internets were saying, well, these aren't super related to her like screwing a door on a business sense. These were more character defamation stuff, which you know what? That's fair, right?
That's fair.
That's what a lot of Korean
Really
netizens
is.
were saying, that this is all character defamation, which true. I completely agree with that. But then there's another one. This is a chat log that came out. I have a translation so that the person will hide the tweet later, but it states, a year before returning to BTS on February 4th, 2024, HYBE is weak. At this time, let's end HYBE and Bang PD. And then later she wrote, I want to change the plan. Send the first email on April 3rd to attack. If you're going to do the second anyway, there's no need to delay it, so attack.
She does say attack.
Attack.
That's the word she
I
used.
thought this was the most damning in terms of the case itself, because I think this kind of acknowledges that they were going to try to do something against Bang PD
Yeah.
and HYBE. I think this was the worst one. It's actually surprising to me that this one didn't get submitted, because this feels like it's super relevant to the case, but
I think
I don't know.
I don't know. I would say this one is a little. I want to say it's particularly relevant because HYBE is putting on a file for her in terms of breach of trust for Adore, not HYBE. She is not legally tied to
true.
HYBE. Right.
True.
This would be
This is
violation
pretty
of
bad, though.
shareholder agreements.
This is pretty bad, right?
Yeah, it's still pretty shit. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, so that's kind of all that happened, really, in terms of that. But the one other interesting thing that happened is that South Korean president's office, they're going to prepare choreography copyright guidelines at the end of the year due to this crisis. So they're going to start trying to like manage, like, you can't copy people's dance moves.
Huh.
Anita, you shouldn't be happy about this.
Well,
This is
okay.
pretty-
See, I was confused what they were referencing, but you can't. How can you copyright a dance move?
Well, it seems like because New Jeans, Mini Jeans claims that Islet and other people are copying New Jeans, seems like the government is going to try to put in some regulations as to what that means.
That's not how dance works.
Yeah, no, this law shouldn't go through. And for all intents and purposes, I don't think it will. This is the lawyers. Sorry, not the lawyers. This is the what's 국회의원? What are
Executive branch, Congress.
This is the government trying to win votes.
Okay.
This is it. Yeah, that's all. I wouldn't
Influence some of the public.
The Korean government at the moment, particularly the president's office, is doing a lot of crappy fucking bullshit at the moment. So they're trying to win points. Nobody likes them at the moment, regardless of which party you're on. They're trying to win points. That's all that is. I wouldn't seriously be worried about it. But if it goes through, we should be fucking worried, because that will fuck shit up.
We can't do this.
Yeah, no, we can't do that. I hope I don't have to explain why that's the case, but
So that's like the summary of what happened this week. It's a mess. Yeah, we're in the slog. Why can't we just get some conclusive bullshit and we could listen to New Jeans? But next week though, in terms of music, MCND, One Us, Soojin, we have Rap Monster, New Jeans, aespa.
Oh my god.
oh boy,
Oh my God.
it's time for the door all over again.
This New Jeans track has to be like it has to be an all-time banger, does it not? Right?
I mean, let's be honest. Bubblegum did not hit with a lot of people.
Unfortunately, they do not appreciate, but it's still good.
I mean, it's a good song, but I don't think it's as hitting as well as some of the other shit they've put out.
Well, no, I don't think it was meant to be like that song.
No.
Okay, we restarted the recording because I played Bubblegum. Listening to it quick.
I started frantically looking. I thought it was me.
All I was gonna say is that Bubblegum is not charting too well. It's for them. Is 19th right now.
Where?
You know what's number 5? Islet Magnetic.
Wait. How are they charting? The song's not out yet.
Well, it's on
Bubblegum?
iChart.
It's not. You can't listen to it.
Let me look. Yeah. Let me look at what charts it's on. Right. That's a better thing to look at.
They didn't release the thing yet. It's not. Song's not published.
YouTube views.
Oh, fuck off.
Yeah, it's not in anywhere but YouTube. Apparently, if you get number 8 on YouTube, it equals to 23rd on iChart via their metrics.
See, this is where I said I have questions about iChart. That's a topic for another time.
That's some bullshit, isn't it? It's some
That's what I'm
bullshit.
fucking saying. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not officially a song yet.
Yeah.
All right. Look, we'll have to see how this.
Hey, I'm excited to talk about Rap Monster, some New Jeans, and aespa. Go stream. Woke up from XG. Let's go. We do not have a State of the Nation that we mentioned at the top of the show, so that's kind of it from us this week. We'll see you guys next time, everyone.
Yep. Bye.
Thank you, guys. Bye.
And here's an extra special shout out to all of our Fiesta Patreons on patreon.com. Bagel, Charles, Cotton Ball, Ellie, Irv Sean, Gogu Mama, Honey Pools, Liam's Games and Toys, Luke Daniels, NJ Parks, South Texas Once, Siu Sumi. And thank you for joining SojuTalk, your weekly shot of K-pop.
And special thanks to our Discord server mods: Jacob, K Music Erday, Koala, Max, No Bias Nuda,